Welcome to Adjust Your Mirrors, the #1 empowerment podcast show on the planet. Are you in need of motivation? Are you ready to take your personal and professional life to the next level? Then you've come to the right place. Adjust Your Mirrors. This is the podcast that's devoted to helping you see more clearly by making small adjustments. And now, here's your host, Reginald C. Allen.
Hey. Ow! Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Adjust Your Mirrors. And as the man said, I am your host, Reginald C. Allen. Just thanking you. Ow! Thanking all of you again for tuning in. Listen, it's been a while. I apologize. Anyway, listen, you guys know, moved to Phoenix, and man, the weather's changed a little bit. It's gotten a little cooler, and I was sick. I'm still a little under the weather, as they say, but I'm getting over it. A lot of things are going on. But anyway, I'm back, and it feels so good to be back. Family, look, we get what we go for. I want us to think about that today. Whether it's positive or negative, whatever we get in life is because that's what we pursued. Some of us, we get upset because we haven't accomplished our goals. I should be a lot further along than I am right now. But you got to ask yourself, have you truly and honestly gone for it? Go for it. Have you? We are all going to get what we go for, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. Because think about all the negative things that have happened in your life, right? How did you accomplish all that negativity? Okay, listen, it starts like this. It's all a process. Your thoughts become your words, right? You got these negative thoughts, and now instead of thinking about them, now you just start speaking them, and then they become words, and then your words become your actions, and then your actions become your habits, and now your habits become your character, and ultimately and eventually your character becomes your destiny. So whatever you want to accomplish in life, understand that it's a process. We get what we go for. We can't be upset. We can't be angry. We can't be, man, look at the guy across the street. He's getting he's going after his goals and he's accomplishing them. We can't get upset because we're going to get what we go for. If we refuse to go after what we want, then we can't get upset. You know the old song, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to have something. We have to do something. We have to start the process. Family, today, make up in your mind, we're going to go after this thing. What is it that you're trying to go after? What is it? Because, if we're going to go after it, if we're going to accomplish our personal goals, we have to become relentless. I did an episode, a while ago called Relentless Behavior. Being relentless means to just press, to be steady, to not give up. Continue to press while working and waiting. Well, what do you mean by waiting? We're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to press, and we're going to continue to wait for the results. You can't stop just because you put in a little work. Well, I'm going to sit here and wait for the results. No, you got to continue to press, and we have to continue to work while waiting for the results. That's what being relentless is all about. We must understand, in order to accomplish our goals, in order to get what we want, we must become relentless. But becoming relentless, you need to understand this. We got to understand this. Let me slow down. It's been a while since I've been on the microphone, so let me slow down a little bit. We got to understand this, okay? We all have different desires, okay? And I'm going to ask you, what do you desire to become? What do you desire to accomplish? Because your desires could very, very well be different from mine. And what I'm learning is this, family. I'm not about to argue with people who don't have the same desires that I have. I'm not going to allow people to try to convince me that my desires are wrong and that they have the answer and I should listen to them because they're the smartest in the room. But who are they to tell us? They don't share our experiences. They don't share our perspective in life. They don't share what we've gone through. Therefore, they can't tell me what I should desire. They can't tell you what you should desire. You have to know what you are called to do. You have to know your universal assignment, because if you don't know, there are 1,000 people out there that's going to try to convince you that you should do something totally different. Imagine this. Mother Teresa, she had the desire to help orphans. But imagine back in that day, the people around her would say, well, I don't think you should desire that. You should desire to sing in the choir. We could use you in the choir, Mother Teresa. No. You understand? What is it that you desire? Don't allow people to try to convince you to do something other than what you know you should be doing. They don't share your experiences. They don't share the love, the passion that you have. Therefore, stop listening to people. Stop allowing people to discourage you. Stop allowing people to convince you to bury the desire that God has placed in you. Somebody say, stop. Because our desires, get this, family, they frame our decisions. And what we need to understand about our decisions, the right decisions, making the right decisions over time will eventually position us to get what we want. Making the right decisions over time, being relentless, will eventually put us in a position to where we get what we go for. So I'm asking you today, what are you desiring? What's important to you? Are you prepared to make the sacrifices to get what you want? Or are you allowing somebody who don't even have the faith and the courage to go after their desires to convince you to bury your talent? Are you prepared to mute people who don't share your desires? Man, let me tell you something. I've been around people who talk to me for a few hours and they say, you know what? I don't think you should do this. Maybe you should I see you doing this. And listen, I know what God has called me to do. Your desires aren't going to be the same as mine because of your experience, some of the things that you've gone through. So don't sit here and try to tell me what I should do or try to convince me to bury the talent that God has placed in me. Family, are you prepared to mute the people who don't share your desires? Because if you're going to get what you go for, it's going to require you, number one, to be relentless. Number two, to mute people. And you're going to have courage. See, I heard someone say, well, whenever fear is present, faith can't be present. I don't know if I believe in that, because this is the thing that I've learned about fear, right? Courage is simply having fear, but working with the fear and through the fear. Some things we're just going to have to do scared. Some things we're just going to have to do fearful. That's courage. Look at the Bible. The Bible there's so many examples where God would say, hey, don't worry. I know you're scared. Just go. There's so many people who had these assignments in the Bible and they were afraid to do it. The first thing that God said to them is, don't be afraid. I'm with you. Go for it. So do you think they said, okay, I'm not scared anymore. Let me go? No, they had the courage, which simply means, although I have that fear, I'm going to work with that fear and work through that fear, because I understand some things I'm going to have to do scared. Family, I get what we go for. Don't allow that fear to stop you. Today, make up in your mind, you're going to go for what you want. You're going to go for what you know so that you can accomplish your goals, okay? So with that being said, be empowered.
Thank you for listening to the Adjust Your Mirrors podcast with Reginald C. Allen. Be sure to visit the Adjust Your Mirrors private Facebook group, and don't forget to follow Reginald on Twitter at Reginald C. Allen. Please remember, when you're listening on iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating review. Until next time, be empowered.